So about 7 months ago, I put out a video saying that I was getting rid of all my Nintendo Switch games. Obviously, I wasn't talking about all of my games, but all of my physical games. I said that I was going to be going completely digital once the OLED came out, which was, a month after that video was released. I did end up doing just that. I do have my Nintendo Switch OLED. I've had it for 6 months now, and I did end up doing exactly what I said I planned to do in that video. I got the 1 terabyte SD card. I started selling my physical games, and I've gone basically all digital. Now, the big question I know a lot of people want to know, I've been asked several times, is it working out? Is it worth it to go all digital if you're thinking about doing something like that? We are gonna talk about that in this video today, but first I need to tell you guys very quickly, there's a link down in the description. It is a link over to my Twitch. We are over there 2-3 nights a week, and we actually give away a Nintendo Switch game every single month. So if you would like to be involved in that, the link is down below. Click that link, make sure you follow me over there, and next time I'm live, make sure you jump into the chat and find out how you can win a free Nintendo Switch game of your choice. So for me, somebody who wanted to go all digital originally, someone who had planned to do this, I haven't found a lot of reasons to make me want to go back to physical at this point. I just want to quickly go over some of the perks to this, some of the things that I thought were going to be things that I really wanted to happen, and they really are. I'm somebody who doesn't like to go, if it's not right beside me, I don't necessarily think I'm going to go grab my case of Switch games, come back to where I'm sitting down, change the cartridge out. Usually I'm just like, I'll play something else. Having everything digital right here at my fingertips, I have noticed that I'm playing a lot more games, honestly. When I'm sitting in bed at night or sitting, over on the couch and I have my Switch beside me and I pick it up and I say, oh, maybe I'll play, I don't know, Breath of the Wild. I don't have to worry about finding the cartridge or worrying about if it's in the system. It's just on the system now, so it works. I just go play that for a little bit, then maybe I'll play some Kirby or this or that or whatever. It's all right there. It has made it a lot easier for me, somebody with ADHD who has very short attention span. It's made it a lot easier for me to just pick up and enjoy a game, put it down, not have to worry about all the things in between. Now, another thing I said in that video that I made about 7 months ago was that I planned to buy the 1 terabyte SD card, which I did. At that time, I believe it was $160, which is far, far lower than it was originally. It's far, far lower. I think it was almost $400, which at that point doesn't make a whole lot of sense to buy for a Nintendo Switch that only cost $300 at that time, $350 if you're talking about the OLED. Didn't make a lot of sense to buy something that expensive, but it has gone down in price significantly. $160. I got mine on sale. I think it was about $110. So for a terabyte micro SD card, that's pretty good. My guess is at this point, you can probably get it even cheaper. I will say this, now that I do have everything completely digital, I am noticing I'm starting to fill this 1 terabyte SD card up, even though, Switch games are a lot smaller than something like games on the Xbox Series X or S or PlayStation 5 games. They are a lot smaller than that. When you have a bunch, they do start to take up room, they start to build up. I'm really hoping I can find a 2 terabyte card to change this over to sometime soon, because I'm definitely not going back to cartridges. I like having everything digital, and no, I'm really not worried about, something coming off the eShop or, little things like that. The more and more I think about it, I mentioned this in the video back then, it was something that I know a lot of people have a concern with. The more and more I thought about it after making that video, it's not a concern to me whatsoever. The way I play games, honestly, once I beat a game, unless it's something like a Zelda game or something that I'm really, really into, I don't really go back to games all that often. For example, I really liked Luigi's Mansion 3, but am I gonna play that again? I don't know. Maybe in a few years, but there's so many other games I want to play, and I have so much stuff already in my backlog. Once I play a game, I don't really often go back to it. And now I know you're probably saying, well, then why don't you just buy physical? Because then you can just trade the game in, because I don't really want to get rid of the game. That's why. I don't want to have the game sitting around anywhere. Don't want to get rid of it. Am I going to go back to it? I don't know, maybe. I have the option, and it's now not taking up space on my shelf, which is another thing that is great. I mentioned that in that video as well, that I had, a shelf full of all these games, and I'd like to put something else on there, and now now I can do that. There's still a few games left over there I'm trying to get rid of. I do need to finish getting rid of those. I have a few Wii U games that I'm probably gonna keep, just put, you know, somewhere with the Wii U when I finally put it away, when they put out the 2 other Zelda games that we're waiting for on the Switch, but that isn't what this video is about. Another thing that has made this really easy on me is, obviously you guys know when new Nintendo games come out, I usually play them either on stream or I make a video about them soon after they come out, and I need to be playing those games as early as possible. You know, Nintendo doesn't just send me advanced copies of their games. They don't do that with a lot of people. So I get them on release date, just like everybody else. But when I buy digital, I can pre-download the games. They're already ready to go. So at midnight, usually at midnight, I can just start playing the game. Sometimes we've even done that on stream. When Legends Arceus came out, we streamed the beginning of the game at midnight. You know, with a physical copy, you just can't do that. You have to wait for the stores to open. And that's another thing too. Going to the store, going over to the desk at the Walmart and saying, hey, can you come unlock this case? Or, you know, dealing with GameStop. We all know how pushy the salespeople at GameStop can be. You don't have to deal with any of that stuff either. It just makes it way more convenient. You can do it from home. You can do it, you know, earlier, and then it's done. You know, if you have the money, I don't know, 2 weeks early, and you know, well, you know, if I'm gonna get this game, I should get it now before I spend this money or get spent on something else. You can do that. And yeah, you could pre-order the game at GameStop, but again, you gotta go get it. And I know you're saying, well, you can just order it on Amazon, but the way that shipping is now, even post-pandemic, I mean, we're not completely out of this, but right now, shipping, even from Amazon, is completely unreliable. A lot of times still when you order something and it says it's gonna be shipped on this date or be at your house on this date, a lot of times it's just not. We still having a lot of issues with shipping, even Amazon. So you can't even really count on your game to show up on the release day, really. Doing it digital, you know it's gonna be there. Another thing that's been really great about going all digital is, you guys know I do like my slim cases. Now, I've been using the Skull & Co. EDC case, which is a very good case. I'll put a link to this down in the description below. You can get 10% off of this with my code. I'll also put that down there. But with this case, you can actually carry some games with it. Now, I don't, so I don't really have to worry about it, but sometimes I use my TomTalk cases though. I still really like my TomTalk cases as well. And with those, they don't have slots for games. So I can still use my TomTalk case, not have to worry about bringing literally anything else with me, and I have all my games with me. I don't have to bring an extra case for my cartridges. I don't have to worry about it not having a flap to keep them in. They're just there. Obviously, that's a reoccurring theme in this video. The games are all just there. So you're always traveling light. If you need to travel light, you can always do it. You don't have to worry about losing anything. You don't have to worry about misplacing one of the cartridges when you're out or at a friend's house. That's another thing too. You can actually, when all of your games are digital, and I know for a lot of people this probably wouldn't happen, but this is a scenario you could find yourself in. Let's say you're on a trip and you go somewhere and you didn't bring your Switch. Maybe you didn't think it was going to be a place where you're going to have a lot of time to play your Switch. Maybe you were going to be with people that you didn't even know had a Switch, or, you know, played Nintendo games at all. Maybe you want to play, I don't know, Mario Kart with them, and they don't have it. When your games are all digital, all you have to do is sign in on their Switch. You can go to the eShop on their Switch, download Mario Kart to their Switch, and you can play Mario Kart right there. And obviously, I'm just using Mario Kart as an example in that situation, but for me, honestly, leaving the cartridges behind, leaving even now the discs behind, because I have a PS5, a digital version, and I have an Xbox Series S. Obviously, it doesn't even have a disc drive, so I have no physical games anymore. I have gone completely digital. For me, it works. I really like it. I do need to get some more storage for my Xbox and my PlayStation. That is a little bit of an issue right now. I do need to get some more storage for those, but it is, you know, it's a simple solution. You just get more storage. I do have a video in the works about owning all 3 of those consoles. I'm gonna link that right here if it's done. If not, there are gonna be 2 other videos. One video will be the one that you just heard me talk about. The next video is gonna be this one. This one is about how to game share if you do decide to go all digital. If you don't see it there, that's fine. It's gonna be there soon. So you need to make sure that you are subscribed to this channel. Even if you think you are, look down there at the subscribe button right now. Make sure you are. A lot of people think they are, and they're not. But guys, that's gonna do it for this one. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. Please leave a like. Make sure you are subscribed. Button's right down there. We'll see you in the next one.